Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this week's episode of Waqattack. I'm your host, Chaudhry Waqas. That was Smash Mouth with I'm a Believer. What a amazing Shrek soundtrack. Now that movie has got some great hits in it, from Livin' La Vida Loca all the way to Smash Mouth. We played All Star last time. That's how we ended the show. So I thought, what better way to kick off a great Thursday afternoon than believing in yourself with I'm a Believer. So hope you all are doing great and having a fine Thursday afternoon. Today we're going to be looking at news stories, and then we're going to delve deeper into one of our correspondents called Abu Ayyub. Now, he normally tells us about his adventures throughout the world, but today we want to know about the man, the person, the being in a segment we call Getting Deeper into Abu Ayyub. So without further ado, let us get into our news stories of the day. And the first one comes to us from the US of A, where a Cheeto, if y'all don't know, a Cheeto is a type of crisp that is quite like puffy, and it's made of cheese and it's very starchy. It comes in a variety of flavors, but that's a different topic. A Cheeto that looks like Harambe is on eBay and has gone for the low price of $100,000. Now, an eBay user by the very exotic name of Value Stamps Incorporated has just sold a Cheeto that allegedly looks like Harambe, the deceased gorilla from Cincinnati Zoo. Major throwback 2016 for that one. Now, the post on eBay is titled Gorilla, Hot Cheetos, Rare, One-of-a-Kind Cheetos, Harambe Gorilla. So he's using caps lock to really encapsulate the importance of this Cheeto. And it says that the gorilla-shaped snack is 1.5 inches in length, because size matters. The dude who started the auction really tried to sell his one-of-a-kind product by saying, I opened up a bag of flamin' hot Cheetos, and as soon as I looked inside, I came across this unique Cheeto that looked so much like Harambe the gorilla, because crisps look like animals from the animal kingdom. And he further said, this item is up for bid for this item for bid is for this unique Cheetos. The bag is not included, so you only get the crisp. You don't even get the packaging, so it's not even mint, actually. Now, it says this makes a great collectible for anyone who appreciates rare items. This Cheeto has been sold for over $100,000. The auction just ended a day or two back. According to Twitter, the bidding started at a measly $11.99, which is still a lot for just one crisp. Now, this is in dollars, not pounds, but still, that is a lot for just a crisp. Now, we do not know how legitimate this Cheeto auction truly is. It could be a joke. It could be for real. We may never know. But what we do know is that there is a human being living on planet Earth that is willing to pay $100,000 for a singular Cheeto portraying a meme-famed gorilla. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the reasons why we haven't cured world hunger yet, because we're too busy buying Cheetos that look like gorillas. Now, there's a take-home message from this. Harambe the gorilla might be dead, but Cheetos are forever. So go to your local supermarket, pick up a Cheetos, and be happy. Let the spice tingle your taste buds. Let its scent encapsulate your nasal cavity. Let its blood red artificial coloring mesmerize your retinas. I could go on and on, but you get the idea. Our next story ties in well with this one because it's the epitome of human nature. It's the very thing that brings us together as a nation, as a people. I'm talking about flatulence. Now, a car driver, specifically a taxi car driver, has blamed his speeding over the limit on the passenger's flatulence. Now, police officers in southern England, specifically in Bournemouth, have caught a taxi driver over speeding. Now, Dorset Traffic Police posted details of a cab driver reasoning for driving over the speed limit on their Facebook page, along with a cheeky hashtag which stated, "nice try, didn't work." It's not clear how fast the cab driver was traveling when the police stopped the driver. Police said in a later post that they had reported the driver for speeding, and that he would probably need to do a speeding awareness course that cost about £110. And the police peeps added by saying alternatively he could get 3 penalty points and £100 fine. And his speeding was too much to avoid the discretion thing. Now, let's just give this cab driver the benefit of the doubt. It's late night, you're tired, you're exhausted, you're cruising the M25. Oh wait, no, you're probably stuck in the M25. That's more realistic. So you're on the M25, your passenger lets a few loose. Suddenly, your car goes from Febreze to feces. What do? You don't roll up the window, which is the educationally right thing to do. No, you can't escape it. So what you do, you put the pedal to the metal and you drive away from it, only to find you've been stopped by the police and been fined. That is one very tragic Shakespearean tragedy. Our final news story is a reminder that Jesus does not always take the wheel, as Carrie Underwood would have us believe, because a Florida man says he stole $7 billion because, and I quote, Jesus wants him to be wealthy. Now, Jesus may be a savior, but he is a terrible alibi. You cannot use him. Now, a Florida man who's accused of making $7 billion in fraudulent wire transfers told the court that he stole the money because Jesus wanted him to be wealthy. Now, the dude is called John Michael Haskew, is of Lakeland, Florida. Now, in mid-December, he allegedly set up wire transfers on December 9th and 10th, and from what the criminal complaint describes as a largely national renowned financial institution. Now, this dude was unemployed and he needed to pay off a debt to the federal government. Now, his scheme was to provide bank routing numbers that weren't his. Now, he used the routing number to make more than 70 transactions worth more than $7 billion, not million, but $1 billion. According to the complaint, he told his agents that he was self-taught on banking industry, probably read An Idiot's Guide to Banking and Wire Transfers, because they literally have an idiot's guide to every single thing. He told investigators that he believed that he deserved the money and that Jesus Christ said that he created wealth for everyone. Now, Jesus was unavailable to comment on this matter. He had better things to do, like, walk on the heavenly waters of heaven. I mean, he's a busy dude. He's not just going to resurrect himself just for a court hearing. I mean, sure, help thy neighbor and all, but that's just asking too much. I mean, he's already suffered for your sins enough. He's not just going to get you out of the sticky situation. Now, as part of the plea deal, he pleaded guilty to one count of making a false statement to the federal government. And no, that false statement wasn't the one where he said Jesus told him to steal $7 billion. Now, he could serve up to 5 years in prison and pay a fine of $250,000. Now, the moral of the story is, don't blame Jesus for your criminal activities, but instead blame society and capitalism as a social construct. Yes. So that was our news stories of the day. The song we're going to be playing next ties in well to the outlaw thing that we were talking about. A lot of breaking the law kind of things. But this outlaw isn't just any outlaw. He's a Native American outlaw, or back in the day used to call him Indian outlaw. This is Tim McGraw, and he's going to tell us what it's like to be an Indian outlaw.
This is Insanity Radio, 103.2 FM.
Wow. Yeah. And take you to the higher place. So don't you underestimate, yeah, strength of a woman.
That was Strength of a Woman by Shaggy. That's a song for all you underappreciated females out there. We need you. So that one thing I really like about that song is the violin. It's such a nice song to just cruise to. You can just listen to it and just drive and have a really nice time. So now that we're all done with the criminal and amazing news stories that surround us all, one thing that I strongly believe is that we're that we're given life, and life has many purposes. Now, one of the purposes of life is to actually meet as many people as you can, broaden your horizons, get to know more about them. And as you get to know more about them, you experience new things, you learn new things, and it makes you wiser, it makes you mature as a human being. So we thought, why don't we get our correspondent and really dig deep into what makes them them, and their history, their background, everything about them. So without further ado, I've said that twice already. We've got our correspondent Abu Ayub, and we're gonna learn more about him. So, Abu, how are you doing, my friend?
Hello everybody, my name is Abu Ayub. I am doing fantastic today. It is a very, very cloudy day today, but I am feeling quite happy.
So, Abu, I'd like to know, whereabouts were you born?
Well, my friend, would you like to listen to my story in a version of a miniature song, or would you like me to just say it out?
A song would be nice. I mean, it's something unique. Well, let's hear what you gotta say.
Well, West Istanbul, born and raised in the mosque is where I spend most of my days. A little bit of Fresh Prince backdrop for you guys. No, but seriously, I was actually born in Qatar, and I lived over there for a while. That is where I was raised, Qatar, in the desert.
So how was life in Qatar? Was it, I'm assuming because it's a desert, it's quite hot over there.
Oh no, man, it is freezing over there. Of course it is hot, it is the desert. One of my favorite pastimes was, playing football. But most of the time, the football would just deflate because it is so hot, and you cannot play football in the desert because the ball just deflates. It's very annoying. I literally had to replace ball after ball after ball after ball. It's just like my entire life was just filled with balls inflating and deflating. It is crazy. It's like the NFL Super Bowl deflategate that happened like 2 years ago. Go Patriots! Go Patriots! Patriots for the win.
All right. You turned a little bit sporty there, so I see you're a fan of American football.
I mean, I do not believe it is the real football, but I mean, it is very enjoyable to watch. There's just something about grown men just grinding upon each other and just piling up that is just gets your juices flowing, doesn't it, my friend?
I am beginning to learn so much about you. This is a great segment. So, what's your ideal food? What do you like eating? What really entices your taste buds?
Well, my friend, I have to say you cannot beat a warm pita bread with some hummus and a lamb shish kebab.
Oh my god, but the lamb has to be cooked in a particular way. It has to be salted to perfection, grilled to satisfaction, and juiciness beyond compare. I do not like I've been to many Turkish restaurants over here, and it is a joke what they're giving you. They're literally giving you little lamb cubes. Now that is not what you want. Lamb shish is a nice, well, it is a cube, but it is a big cube of very juicy meat that just literally melts into your mouth, and that is what I need. Melting mouth lamb. All right, so you're a big fan of lamb and hummus. That's very okay. What's your favorite movie? My favorite movie, oh my friend, it was Titanic for a very long time. It's just something about Leonardo DiCaprio and his charming boyish hairstyle that literally it still sticks with me. I mean, to this day, I am pissed off at Kate Winslet for letting go. I mean, I know you've heard the argument that there was enough space on the thing for both of them, but like it's just another thing. I don't want to grind my gears about that, but. I really like Wolf of Wall Street. I think that is a movie that summarizes present-day capitalism very well. I mean, I really want to be rich like that, I want to be able to make so much money so that I have for spending it on houses and yachts and stuff. Who does not want yacht? But then on the other hand, you also have to have like cocaine and Xanax and strippers and everything else. And I do not think, I really do not want an STD or anything like that. I'd rather not do the drugs, just get the money. But apparently there's so much stress, so So Wolf of Wall Street, I have to say, is my favorite movie so far, but that may change because Martin Scorsese is making another movie, and you know him, he is a genius. He is a genius. So we know your favorite movie, we know what you like to eat. What do you like doing on a warm summer's eve?
Well, back in Qatar, a warm summer's eve was not a warm summer's eve. It was a hot desert sun, and if you sat in the desert sun too long, you kept hallucinating. It is literally like tripping on MDMA or something like that. It is like you see camels on rainbows flying around in the waterfall. That we do not have waterfalls in deserts, so that it's very trippy. So mostly on a warm summer's evening. Over here in the British evening, I do not mind just sitting on in the park and enjoying the sun. There's nothing like nice warm breeze coming into you, enjoying the sun. And you know what? Some people do not like this, but I actually prefer the rain a lot. There's something about the trickly down of the water into my face that it takes my worries away. Like showers wash all my worries and cares away, and I wake up to a sunny day because I love a rainy night. Okay, Abu, we are learning so much about you. We'll be right back with Abu Ayub because he's telling us so much about his past and about his life. And it's a very interesting conversation because he apparently really loves men grinding upon each other during the amazing art of American football. Now, we're going to take a sidetrack. We're going to fly you guys all the way to Jamaica, where Barrington Levy, a renowned singer over there for dance hall and reggae, is gonna enhance your veins with the reggae juices of Here I Come. So enjoy this very fascinating reggae track. This is Here I Come by Barrington Levy.
Trouble double double, trouble double double.
This is Insanity Radio, 103.2 FM.
That was Smokin by Boston. What an amazing rock track that really just invigorates you and just makes you want to like start rocking in your vehicle or wherever you are. You just want to get your hands in the motion of a rock guitar and just twang, twang, twang. But instead it's more like hardcore. So it's like down, 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 if you know what I mean. So before we delve deeper into the world of Boston, which we weren't meant to, we were discussing Abu Ayub, and we were getting to know him more deeper. We were getting to learn about his likes, his dislikes, what he is as a person. So if y'all are just joining us right now, one of our correspondents from Qatar, Abu Ayub, has joined us and has allowed us to have kind of like a therapeutic session with him where we get to know him as a human being and delve deeper into the mind of Abu Ayub. So Abu, how are you feeling throughout this session that we just had? I mean, we had about like 6 minutes of intense conversation. My friend, I am feeling like burdens have been lifted from my shoulders. It is literally a very chill chat that we're having, and I am enjoying expressing my hearts and desires to you and to your viewers. It is absolutely amazing on my part, personally. Okay, so now let's learn more about you. So are you aware of Disney? No, my friend, I have been living under a rock for the past 69 years. Of course, I know what Disney is. I love Disney. My favorite Disney movie is The Lion King. Oh my God, that movie brings back so many memories. Even though I saw it as a mere child, it basically turned me into a man. Like, it made me, like, I was confronted with death, love, hate, pain, revenge, all these emotions that a 5-year-old child should not go through, but Lion King made me experience it, and I thank it for it. To this day, I think I'm more scarred by Mufasa's death than any of my probably like known like relatives or anything. I mean, when he died, I think I'm gonna choke up right now. Oh my God, that was like, as a kid, I was like, why is he not waking up? He is the lion. He is king of the jungle. He is supposed to be eternal. Oh, okay. But let me tell you a fun fact now that we are talking about the Lion King. I have to say, one of my you know, as a kid, you're developing, you have lots of things called, you develop crushes and stuff. So my first crush was not a human being, it was the lioness from Lion King, Nala. Oh my god, her eyes were just so seductive. Have you know the can you feel the love tonight? In that, her eyes are just, oh my god, I have never seen such beautiful eyes. I know it sounds like it's bestiality, but seriously, it was just, it's wrong, but as a kid, you know, it's just that you can't control it. Okay, so Nala, okay. Before we delve into the world of bestiality, let's just stop right there. But I wanted to know, which of the Disney princesses, Disney character, do you relate most to? That is a very tough question, my friend. There are a lot of Disney characters, but I think because I am not the most masculine of men, I wouldn't say I am quite like the manly dudes. I mostly relate to, you know, Snow White from the Seven Dwarfs. I've like, for an Arabian, I'm pretty pasty, if you know what I mean. And I love feeding the birds. It is one of my favorite pastimes. I eat bread, and I absolutely despise the crust of the bread. The crust of the bread has to go. It is literally, why does it even exist? That is why when I went to Marks and Spencer's the other day, I was so tempted to buy the crustless toast, but then I was like, you know what can I do with the crust? I do not eat the crust. Rather than throwing it in the bin, I will give it to the birds, let the birds feast upon it. And since then, I had pigeons, I had doves, I had sparrows, I had what are the ones that are bad luck for you? If you see one of them, magpie, that is it. The magpie. So many birds just came crushing into my garden. I felt loved. I felt like I was their scholar, and they just came to me. It got a bit out of hand when the rats and foxes started coming, but you know what? That's, you cannot control them. I just seem to attract a bunch of wildlife critters. I feel if I lived in the forest, everyone would just come to my house like literally a rabbit bunny would just come into my door and be like, yo, you want to Netflix or chill or something? And I'd be like, you know what? Why not? There's no one else here. Come in. Okay. Netflix. Okay, so you rate most of Snow White, but would you say you're gullible, as in you would eat apples that may poison you, that are not so good for your health? You know what? Funny story. I love apples. They're my favorite food. Like in terms of fruit, there are two king fruits. There is a banana and then there's an apple. The apple is one of the most fascinating fruits. Like, it is juicy, it is crispy, and it is just. I like sweet apples. I do not like tangy apples. Sweet apples is the exact way to go. Yeah, if an old woman came knocking on my door with a crate full of apples, I would not give it a second thought. I would literally munch them. I do not know if that would put me into a coma or whatever. I would literally take those apples by the hand and just consume them. All right, so Abu, thank you so much for letting us know more about you and telling us your likes and dislikes and whatnot. It was a pleasure being with you, my friend. I have enjoyed this amazing discussion. Have me on any time, but I think I will be busy the next week. I might be going traveling, as you know. I am a very busy man. You know, I have a shop in Florida. I have to go back to Qatar to see how the stadiums are being built for the World Cup that everybody is despising. Don't worry, it will be a great World Cup. There are a lot of lives have been lost for it, but it will be a great show. Okay, thank you so much again. That was our diving deep into Abu, getting to know him, because that is a purpose of life, getting to know people. And you just got to know a new person. Maybe that educated you, maybe that entertained you, whatever it did to you, it was for the best. Now, one thing that one must always do in life is have fun, whether it be just driving along on the road with a little bop, 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 tapping the steering wheel, whistling, shaking your head, tapping things, whatever, or whether you're just like chilling. One must not forget to have fun. And so here is Pitbull and Chris Brown reminding us how important fun is. Take it away, Mr. Worldwide.
Chris Brown, set it up. Let's show 'em how we do it in the 305. Now remember, baby, what happens in Miami never happens.
This is Insanity Radio, 103.2 FM.
I just died in your arms tonight. Oh, what a classic 80s song from the Cutting Crew. That song, literally, you can listen to it anytime. It has a very unique message that is not said a lot these days, which is dying in arms of females. I think that's what the message is, but it's not the message that counts. It's the song. It's the feel. It's the music. It's the I just died in your arms tonight. It's everything about that song that gets you pumped up. Even though it's not supposed to be a pump song, it's supposed to be a nice, chill, romantic song. But it you can just listen to it, pump the bass up, and it's just, oh my god, what a track. So that was this week's episode of Waqattack. Now, we get a few listeners that tell us of how the show has impacted them in a positive light, how it made them feel happy, made them smile. Now, that makes me smile and happy in return. And a few of them are listening to us from Canterbury, specifically the University of Kent, because, you know, we don't only air to Surrey and London, etc., etc. We air around the world, even to parts of Kent isn't really north, but it's like a bit norther than we are. No, it's not. No, it's south. I got my coordinates all wrong. So from University of Kent, we have Mr. Oliver Powell listening, and his flatmates as well, May and Itaya. Hope y'all are having a fantastic day. Thank y'all so much for listening and tuning in. And from University of Swansea, we have a Mr. Ishar Nandra listening to us, and sometimes from University of Kiel, we have Mr. Bradley Sparks, and from University of Manchester, we have Mr. Oliver Luck. So from all around the country, we're having people listening, which is amazing to me. It touches the strings of my heart. It doesn't touch them too hard that causes cardiac arrest, but it touches them just enough to make me feel good and make me feel happy. So I'm happy that y'all are happy. That is the aim of the show, which is to enlighten you with the wackiest of news stories of the day, and then discussions that can be deemed pointless, but are aimed to have a light effect on the viewer or the listener, whatever that may be, whether it be smiling, laughing, or anything else but crying or depression, 'cause that's not what we're looking for here. We're looking for happiness. That's why we choose, I choose the bestest of music that y'all can like. We had I'm a Believer to make y'all believe that y'all can do whatever you want. Reach for the stars if you have to. Then we listened to Shaggy, where he empowered women by saying strength of a woman. Because y'all women, all you unappreciated women out there, we appreciate you. And then we learned to have fun with Chris Brown. And then we died in a female's arms. But that is not that does not diverge us from the actual point of discussion, which is to have a good time, because it is a good song. And I'd like to thank all y'all for listening to this week's episode of Waqattack. I will be back again next Thursday, same time, 3 to 4 p.m. to make y'all day a little bit lighter, a little bit brighter, a little bit more funky. Now, speaking of funk and pop, I'm going to leave y'all with the king of funk, the king of pop, Michael Diggity Jackson. And we're not going to play Billie Jean, we're not going to play Thriller, we're going to be playing something that's in the title. That's in the title. This song is about new beginnings. At least I think it is, from what the title says. You know, I don't really listen to songs for their meanings. It's mainly the music, the beat. That's what it is. This is Wanna Be Starting Something by Michael Jackson. Have a fabulous day, y'all. I'll catch y'all next week. Bye-bye.